Hi, I'm Mike Bryan, and today we get to go on a tour of the King Manassa Turquoise mine with our special tour guide, Bill King. When I first started to do the interviews for the stories of Turquoise, Bill was at the top of my list, and there was a good reason. Through Bill, we get to hear stories of his great-grandfather, I.P. King, his grandfather, Charles King, his father, Pete King, as well as many other King family members and associated families such as the Edgars, Smiths, and the Ottisons, all well-known names in the turquoise trade. So I hope you enjoy your visit to the King Manassa mine as much as I did. Okay, here we are at the King Manassa mine outside of Manassa, Colorado, and we're here with Bill King, who really did an awful lot of the mining here back in the 70s and 80s, and really opened up the old pit that his father and his grandfather and great-grandfather had worked on. So Bill, why do you think your great-grandfather was out here? Why did he think this would be a good place to look? And
because you could see that the ancient miner had worked here.
so he found the hammers and the other.
Well, you could see where they dug, yeah. He was looking for gold, so he thought that the ancient miner was looking for gold too. But the ones that mined this were the Indians. Way before the Spanish came, before they had horses, the Indians mined this mine. And they would take this turquoise and trade it to other tribes. They find this turquoise in different excavations. The Anasazi and clear down in that country. In them days, they used turquoise and shell and different things for money.
So this rock is what you think of as the host rock that you find the turquoise in. Will be the in the matrix. But then over here we have some different color. It's like a bluer rock. Was that more of on top of that?
No, they laid up and down.
So it'll be mixed in.
You have one layer here, and different color here, and different color here. Geologists told me that at one time, this whole hill was just like this. See the color rock here?
Mm-hmm. The kind of the black chert?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But where the water ran through, it altered, what they called altered it. Alteration, it altered it. And turned it into this softer rock. And as the water ran through it...
That would be this browner...
Yeah, as the water ran through it, it took the minerals out of it.
And that's what created the
turquoise.
The turquoise, yeah.
See a roll of real hard rock at the very crest of the hill. You see at the very top?
Yeah.
It runs around the whole crest of the hill. It runs around here.
Would that be the darker or the lighter at the very crest?
At the very top, right next to the skyline.
Yep.
See that hard rock?
Yes.
Geologists told me that if this hill hadn't had that rock on it, that the glaciers would have moved the whole hill, just like it out here. That rock on the top was, he said that rock on the top might have been 50 feet higher.
But it eroded down. But you're saying down here, around as we go around here, we see more where it's been eroded down.
Yeah.
Lower areas. What do we got here, Bill?
That's a magazine for dynamite. Bunker, or what do you want to call it?
So you'd put the dynamite in there, where the blasting caps, would they be kept? Of course, they'd have to be kept separate.
There's another one around the hill over here.
Well, we don't need to go over there, but... Did you keep blasting all the way when you were doing open pit? You'd still loosen everything with the...
There was places where we had to blast, yeah.
Yeah. And you'd use this to store your dynamite?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's the old part of mine. You see them tunnels up in there?
Mm-hmm.
That's the old timers. There goes.
Yeah. And then so you came further over here would be going north?
Yeah.
So they're just following the veins coming north here. Now I see the color changes from that kind of rhyolite, that brown, more over to a gray.
Yeah, these are more altered.
So that's what you're talking about. The stone would be altered into a new mineral.
Yeah.
Now this kind of trail down here, this is how you'd, as you got down to the bottom, this is how you'd bring the material, the overburden out.
I done this. This was done after all this was done.
So you dug the hole, and after that was in, you cut the.
Well, I kept lowering the road and taking it out, and then lower the road more, and keep it going. So this road was. You see the steepest part of this road here?
Mm-hmm.
That's the way the road went all the way down.
Okay. Yep. All right, Bill, here's the old house. What can you tell me about that? When was that built?
Well, it must have been built about it was built during Prohibition. Probably 1928 or something like that.
So that would have been, was your dad involved at this time, or was this still
This was done by Grandpa
Charles?
and some other people helped me build that house.
Well, this was when you were saying he was leasing it. We know through the 20s the Colorado Turquoise Company was involved out here.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. And this is where the miners would just stay out here so they wouldn't have to
Yeah.
keep in a tent.
Mary and I lived over here a while.
In this house?
When we first married, yeah. It was 1952. During the war, they put a cement floor in it. Before then, it just had a dirt floor. And there's no cement in holding the rock together. It's just all mud.
Well, that's why it's kind of come apart.
It stayed in good shape until some guys come over here and set the roof on fire.
So as we're looking at this now, how would the rooms have been? Was it just two rooms?
There's a room here,
Mm-hmm.
then a room in the middle, and then a room on that end.
Three different rooms. You can still see the
Three different rooms.
three rooms. We can see the doorways.
Yeah.
So you basically had two sleeping areas and a dining and sitting area.
Yeah.
Now I notice here that it's kind of built up. They already had a back wall. They built it into the hillside there.
Yeah, there was an old house here that had a picture of my son's got a picture of it. And my dad said they just took the top off and redone it. And put another room on it.
So the house was here already? Would have been here before they did the extra work on it?
Yeah. The house goes clear back to where 1900 and something. The original house was up on the top up there where we walked. There was an original house up there, and I got a picture of it somewhere.
This was before IP?
Yeah.
Because IP came up here was about 1900 or so, or earlier? 1890s, late 1890s? Or?
Yeah, I think so.